Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Behind the Birk. Today I am interviewing Lucky Us Production. They are a collective of men who electronic music. That's all I know. I'm kind of getting into this interview a little bit blind, but I'm very excited to meet them and to listen to what they have to share. That's all this show is about, asking questions and listening and sharing their talents, and so enjoy this episode.
Behind the bird. Behind the bird. Behind the bird. Behind the bird.
We're gonna start with a little game. You guys are competing. Have to answer these questions as fast as you can. Whoever does it fastest wins.
Okay.
I have no idea what to expect.
20 seconds. Favorite movie?
How to Train Your
Hot
Dragon.
Rod,
Favorite television show?
Rick and Morty.
Game of Thrones,
Favorite book?
Slaughterhouse 5.
My Last Fight,
Favorite song?
Ballad
Free
of Worms.
Favorite color?
Maroon,
Red.
Favorite place in LA?
Oh, fuck.
my bed.
Yeah, straight up. My apartment room. My room.
The guy today said my bed too.
It's my studio's in that room.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are synchronized as fuck.
I had to get fancy with my color. I said maroon.
Maroon.
My
So unique.
Fancy of you.
Original.
Okay. So, did you guys grow up loving music, and is that how you guys got into it?
Yeah, my family's not even massively into music, but I love writing lyrics. I've always liked writing. It's more about writing for me. I'm not really a music player. I kind of suck at instruments. So it's more about writing, and so
Yeah, okay.
for me at least,
Cool.
it's like a hip hop artist. This guy's more musically inclined than I
Yeah,
am.
no, he's got the lyrics. I grew up in a house that was pretty musical. Dad could play the piano really well, but it was mainly my grandma. She used to perform on Broadway, tap dancing.
Whoa.
She was awesome. She's the greatest. She's probably my biggest inspiration. But yeah, from a young age, I was always interested in that, especially the production quality of it. I remember asking my mom, when I was younger, how do they get it so the kick is going on top of the mix, and then the mix comes back. So I knew sidechain compression before I even knew what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that stuff's always intrigued me, how they get in these instruments to do these certain things. So that's kind of how I got started, just curiosity, you know.
So you guys are both LA transplants. What made you get enough inspiration to move to LA to pursue a career? Because that's a big step.
Yeah, I went to college for audio in Tempe, Arizona, at the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences, and it's really not a music school. It's an audio school.
Mm-hmm.
So what I got out of that mostly is recording, editing on Pro Tools, and mixing on consoles, and I know how gear works and different types of audio processing. So that's what I learned out of that. And then from there, I got an internship at a recording studio in North Hollywood. So I worked there for a year and didn't make any money, so I had to get a different job.
Yeah.
But I really loved working there. It was awesome.
For sure.
And yeah, so that's what brought me out here, though, was that internship.
Okay, cool.
A lot of my classmates were coming out to LA, and
Yeah,
initially I kind of wanted to go to New York, but I ended up going this way.
it was here. What about you?
Yeah, I went to school up in San Francisco.
Okay.
Very similar school to what TJ went to. It was it was kind of it dabbled in everything, live sound, post production, even to the technical side, soldering cables and whatnot. And then one of my good friends from back home in Michigan lives down in LA, and he's just yeah, I got a spot, and I was just all right, dude, I'm done with school, I might as well just go give it a go in LA.
Yeah.
Started working in a warehouse for this modular synth company, and ended up landing another job, but basically just been getting back on track with music. You know, going to school for that kind of thing, it can start to feel kind of like a chore. So, and that's good in a sense, you can get your production down. Maybe the creative aspect will lack a little bit during that time, but I think I'm kind of getting back into the more creative aspect, and now I also have the production tips that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm making some of the best music of my life right now.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
I'd say you are.
Thanks, man. Dude, yeah. Like
the new shit that he's been putting out is fucking radical. It's
Thanks, man.
really good.
Our whole group has been just like unstoppable lately.
You'll
Like,
leave with some links.
yeah. Well, links in the description. Go ahead, click that like button.
I was gonna do that anyway.
Go smash that.
So what made you guys want to form Lucky Us? Like, really?
Oh man.
Is that name final?
Yeah.
Are we final on? Okay.
I think
Cool.
we're
Oh,
fine on
my
that.
bad. Unofficial.
No, it's cool.
Unofficial
No.
shit.
That's good.
It's officially unofficial. Lucky Us Production / network / collective / group / gang, whatever it's gonna be.
Dang.
But no, it's gonna be cool. Mostly, what brought that together is we all became coworkers randomly. Me and my roommate Chris went to school together, and so he was initially the one who, like, me and him were together making music, and then my cousin kind of manages us.
Okay.
He came up with the idea of Lucky Us, and since then we had a guy that we met through our job right now, Stu, who goes by the name of Fission Project, who's definitely a big key part of that because he's just like just brilliant production wise and composition wise, like for instrumentals and whatnot. He's brilliant. It's brilliant. Bill is like the only person I've ever met to like scratch legitimate vinyl, and
Really?
dude. Bill is like.
That's where I got my
He's
start.
a champion. Dude.
Bill is legit.
We have an EP. We have an EP of just me, Bill, and Stu beats. So it's just me on the mic, just Stu on the beats, and just him on the scratching, and it's awesome shit because it's a really good trifecta. We will definitely have more group stuff in the future as we like make more money off music and have more time to put into it.
For sure.
And spend more money to spend on it in general. And
Yeah.
So at this point, we're kind of limited to stuff, and I have a different schedule than Chris, which is unfortunate. But Chris, our EP is just 4 tracks. I have a bunch of different stuff with Chris that I'm working on right now, but eventually we're all going to conglomerate more. So.
Nice. How do you guys collaborate, like, ideas and sounds and shit, stuff like
It's just
that?
kind of. I'll hit one of these guys up on my day off. It doesn't matter who. Like, I'll hit up TJ, I'll hit up Chris, I'll hit up Stu. And you can basically just go over there. No matter who's home, somebody's working on a beat or working on a song. So basically, you just go over there, maybe put in your input. Me and Fission Project Stu, we've been working on a couple things. Like, it's not even like we're working on it. It's just like what we do. Like, we just like hang out, crack a couple beers, start opening some beats up, and just let it go. Just like, no pressure at all. Like, we don't go out. We don't have like a set goal. Like, oh, I'm gonna make a track sound like Noisia, or I'm gonna make a track sound like some crazy dubstep, or just like a hip hop beat. Just like whatever you're feeling at the time, just like throw it down. We play a fun game where like he gets 3 tracks, I get 3 tracks, he goes back to 3 tracks, I get another 3 tracks. And at the end of the day, you got this like crazy sounding song that honestly, like, anybody could come in and throw down on, but like ultimately, like, TJ can get on that if he wants to. Like, production's there, like the creativity's there. Like, ultimately, it's just us having fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And also keeping that mentality of like, to make it one day.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
When we collab, it's much different. Usually I have already recorded vocals.
The sessions me and TJ are on are probably my favorite sessions ever.
Definitely. But I already have recorded vocals in a Pro Tools session over a beat.
Okay.
And then I hit him up and I'm like, hey, it's time for you to scratch on this. And usually I just play the track like 10 times, or at least. And he just does it. He listens to it and then he picks out, oh, okay, this is sounding good. I like this sample. So then he starts like getting down to it. And once we pick the samples, I just record everything. And at the end of it, I just pick out my favorite parts and put it in, and it ends up being awesome. Like, it's totally different collabing with him because I just press record. Here's the already mostly finished product on our end, and he adds. So like it's much less planning, and he kind of freestyles it. Honestly, it's pretty incredible.
Freestyle, yeah.
I have like an entire outro that he did in one take on a track where like this guy was like 7 beers deep, just drunk as shit, and it's like iconic how awesome this came out. And
See,
so eventually,
yeah.
in the
You
next
know
like
that.
month or so, all this will be on the internet, and it's like it's incredible to like I'm blessed to have that vinyl sound on my tracks.
Yeah.
No one has that. So.
See,
wanna hear that.
TJ knows my sweet spot, which is like IPAs. So like just
Yeah.
like bring a couple of those
For
over.
sure.
And like I feel like the more I drink, the better, the more confident I get at scratching. But there's definitely that threshold where I'll get like way too like
Yeah.
past that point where I should even be attempting to scratch, and I'll
That's
listen back
beer
to
in
it.
general.
Yeah, so I'm like, that sounded great, and then the next day I go back and listen to it. I'm like, damn, I was on something else there. You should definitely probably get rid of that thing. But you know, like you create bad takes, you create good takes. You know,
Yeah.
that's where the fun comping comes into
Yeah.
play. You just pick and choose which sounds good.
That's all I know how to do is edit and comp. Just pick out
Yeah.
the best parts and
Good.
delete the shitty parts. That's all I know
TJ's a
how to
good
do.
Pro Tool guy for sure.
Yeah, he's the
I'm
pro
fast
guy.
at it. I'm practiced. I
Yeah.
do. I got on Pro Tools every
Yeah.
day. At least 5 times a week I'm on Pro Tools.
Damn.
At least. I have
Okay.
like I will lose my chops. It's not like riding a bike.
Yeah,
It's totally different.
Yeah.
If you're not
Remember them
practiced, you
quick
suck.
keys.
So
yeah. I hear that's a complicated software.
it's it's laid out
Yeah.
pretty decently. I'd say. I think that for me, it might just because I had schooling on it. If I had schooling in like Logic or Ableton, I'm sure I'd do great at it. But to me, visually, Pro Tools is it makes the most sense to me.
That's
Like,
the iconic
it's
industry standard.
laid
Yeah.
out exactly
Yeah.
how I would I would see it. Like the way that it works and operates just really makes sense to me. Ableton is probably the most cryptic to me, even though it's like the most user friendly software.
Love
It
that.
really is like user friendly and looks and
Pretty
it's
colors.
not hard either, but
Yeah.
the way that the
Pretty cool.
the way that
Oh, yeah.
the way that the two windows work. The
Yeah.
one, what's the block window called?
There's session and there's a clip
Yeah,
view?
the clip
the
view.
clip view.
Or wait, is clip view like the one where you see the waveforms? What's the one where you're not looking at waveforms?
That's the clip view.
yeah. I can't. That shit is elusive.
Yeah,
For
Stu,
now, if
Stu
I
and
learned
Chris
about
don't
it,
mess with that either.
If I learned about it, I could figure it out.
It's definitely like, I look at it as a blank canvas where you just like throw an idea at it, just like how you would draw sketches or doodles on a piece of paper. And then ultimately you just take some good stuff. You got a good drum loop, you got a nice bass line. You know, maybe like it was just like 5 different songs, but like those two work together, and then like that's how like some of my tracks come about. Usually it's completely by accident. Like if you open up one of my files in Ableton, like my arrangement view is like 15 minutes long of like the original song I wanted, and then like I'll just like go on tangents until I actually like have like a full on like this is pretty dope, you know, and then I'll
Yeah.
just bounce that out. It's only like 2 minutes out of that whole 15 minutes that's actually like I think I want the world to hear that, and then maybe I'll go back and work on other stuff later.
Yeah.
But
For
you know,
sure.
to each their own. You know, I messed with Logic back in the day. It's great. I like Pro Tools too, especially for like the mixdown aspect. I lost my iLock about 1.5 years ago, so I don't even bother with it really.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that feature that you need the
Yeah,
iLock.
it's fucking
Yeah.
bullshit.
Thanks, guys, for talking to me a little bit.
Is that 15?
Straight
Yeah.
Optic and Sayward.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should definitely be expecting an EP that is thus far unnamed, but will be getting named here very shortly.
Very short.
And
Tons of stuff to come in the future.
underground, conceptual, weird lyrics on top of beats brought from like a weird house electronica dubstep background, but making hip hop beats, which would be Fission Project, and then with straight analog vinyls from Sayward and
Serato, the control
and
vinyl.
Serato on vocal samples.
Yeah, so we'll record TJ and say like the last line of his bar. I'll take that word and I can scratch that out. So it's a cool transition, you
It's
know.
awesome. Yeah.
So I'll take what he says and I'll just mess with that a little bit.
Sick.
Just creates a cool like scratch delay, you know. Maybe throw some reverb on that, you know. Just have fun with it. It's fun for the whole family.
Yeah.
Bill is my favorite person to work with because if Bill ever leaves me, I won't have anyone.
You love
I
Bill.
won't have anyone.
You're like praising him.
Dude, I will
That's
never have
tired.
anyone. I'll
Please.
never have anyone to scratch vinyl again. And he's also chill as fuck, so that works.
Yeah.
No, it's just we're all good friends. It's like super fun working with these guys.
That's awesome.
You
It's
know.
the best.
You know, it's such a saturated market. It's just good to know, like, you know, true down to earth homies that you
Yeah.
can always just like count on. Not even
For
for
sure.
music, just like if you're having problems or whatever.
Just like life.
Hit up the boys, go have
The
fucking
boys.
a couple beers,
Yeah.
just chill.
That's me too, though. No, boy.
Have a couple brewskis.
Brewskis.
Wind down.
No, we're rambling now. Okay.
Ramble.